Hi guys, in this video we're going to be looking at how to kind of start modeling something, the sort of low poly, the base mesh modeling process. So I've already got my reference images in here, so you would have already set yours up, or you can look at another video, one of my videos, so you can see how to set these image planes up. But now if I hit spacebar, you can see that I can change to different viewports here, and then if I hover my mouse over one and press spacebar, I can hop into those windows. Spacebar, move my mouse, and press spacebar again. So I'm going to do that quite a lot in this video. So I'm going to create a cube. When we first start modeling anything, we usually work with a cube there. So I'm going to make that cube. This instance is no different. But this time, I am actually going to click up here. So this little button here, it looks like two little boxes over the top of each other. If I click that, it gives me this sort of ghosted appearance. So if I turn it off, you can see it's solid. If I turn it on, it's slightly transparent. So that's going to help us when we are modeling. Okay, so I'm going to go into this window here, and you can see that I've got my cube here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is start using these images as reference, so I can model them and moving the verts to the edge of my drawing here. So I'm going to take these verts here, and I'm actually going to go all the way up to the top, so where his neck would be, move those along there. So I'm really roughly blocking out this character. Take these to the top of the leg here, and this is the same for anything, not just characters. And then I'm going to hop out again. I'm going to go into this sort of front view here, and I'm going to do the same thing but in this view. I'm going to turn that transparency on. I'm going to select these, going to move over to sort of the edge of his shell here, move this one over to the top of his leg. Same on the other side, same here. Awesome. Okay, so now what I've got is I've got these verts sort of aligned here. I've got the base of them sort of nailed down there. Okay, so I'm going to go back in to my front view actually. I am going to hold right click and go to face. So I'm going to click up here. So this is going to select the underneath face and the on top one. I'm then just going to hold Control to unselect them. So you'll notice I've got the bottom selected. If we hop out to perspective view, you can see that's where it is. I've got that bottom face selected. Hop back in here. So it's just so I don't need to change windows. So I'm going to hit that extrude button, and I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of his shell here, and I'm going to use the little scale tools here to scale inwards. So you can see this is very low poly. I am just blocking out the major shapes of this thing, of this shell here. Okay, let's hop out again, hop into our side view so we can see that's very boxy. It is very important that you keep hopping around these different windows. So I can scale those in there now, and now I've got the bottom of the shell. So it's important that you are keeping it low poly. If you add too many edge loops in, so if we go too quick, it becomes very hard to work with. So what the right thing to do would be to use mesh tools, insert edge loop, and I can pop this edge loop in here, and I can hold right click, go to vertex, and then I can sort of slowly start to deform this mesh into being accurate. So I can slowly build up the detail rather than trying to do it all at once there. Okay, so again, hop out, hop into my front view, and now I can sort of use the scale tool just to push those away from each other there. So I'm constantly getting that rounded shape. What some people will do, so what I do see some people do is I'm just going to make another cube here for the arm. And roughly scale that to where it should be. Okay, what I see some people do is they will select the face. I'm going to unselect those. Is they'll extrude and they'll stick rigidly to this. So they'll go the tiniest fraction along, then they'll hold right click, go to vertex, then they'll tweak that. And I'll tweak these ones here. So everything is really close. They'll then go next. We'll select face, we'll select the end face again, the same way we've done before, and then we'll do another extrude. Okay, this is what you shouldn't do, because we're getting really detailed really quick. And then if I need to make any changes, so if I want to move the whole arm up or do this, that, or the other with it, it then becomes really hard to work with. Okay, also if I come out. Now, I've also then forgotten to do it on the other axes here, so that's actually going to become too detailed too quickly. This isn't something I want to do. Okay, so instead, what the right thing to do in this situation would be, let's just get rid of this one here. Let's make a fresh cube, move it up here. Well, the right thing to do would be to just block out your main shapes first. Those key shapes are the most important thing. So I'm going to go all the way to this elbow here. I'm going to scale that in, and I'm then going to put these roughly on the shoulder. So I'm going to block out the major shape of the shoulder. Next, I am going to move along. I'm going to go to face, select those, and select these. So I've just got that end face selected again, and then I'm going to extrude again, and I'm going to go all the way to the other end. So this time I'm going to go to the end of this arm for this turtle guy. I'm going to go in here and going to go to vertex, select those. Let's pull those more to this point at the end here. Okay, something like this. Okay, so now I've got the arm there. I've got it in the sort of major parts. Upper arm, this side of the edge loop in the middle. Lower arm, this side. So now it's really, really easy for me to go into my insert edge loop, and let's put one in here for the spike that's going to be there. Let's put one in here for the peak of this one. And finally, let's put one in here for that one. Actually, well, not finally, I'm going to put one in there for the curve of this one. So I've now added that extra detail in. So I can now go off of my tool by pressing Q, go to vertex, select these vertexes, and I can move them straight up here. Move them up there. So I'm still using that reference, but I'm blocking it out. I'm keeping it more low poly. My mesh is going to stay a lot neater this way. It's going to be a lot easier to work with. I am going to end up with better forms in the long run here. So although, again, this is still fairly low poly, I would then, once I've finished this part here, I would then use mesh tools, insert edge loop, click here. If I put a couple in around here, so I'm sort of going halfway again, wherever sort of makes sense with this mesh. There, I can then go back, vertex, tweak those vertexes, move them around into a more detailed and relevant position. Grab that one there, move that one up. I'm rounding out the shape in a more natural manner and building it up slowly rather than trying to do everything at once. If you block out those basic forms first, you're going to find modeling a lot easier. So build that perfect base mesh first, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So from this point here, I would then go into my other view, my front view, and I'd start to shape that there. Okay, in addition. So that concludes this video. Keep your meshes low poly first. We can slowly refine them and build the model up. Obviously this would take a long time to get it sort of nice and accurate, but over time that would happen. So start low, get complex later by adding in more edge loops. Thank you very much, guys.